hell? What?
I added a timestamp to make some of the footage look like found footage. This is to give the film a realistic vibe and look like it is actually filmed by the characters. This makes the audience empathise with the characters like they are seeing the action through the eyes of the actual characters. The timestamp tells us when the footage was filmed. Most of the found footage was filmed at night, so the timestamp keeps the times consistent. Also, the fact it was filmed at night tells us that it fits with the conventions of the horror genre. I went on YouTube and searched for static until I found the perfect one. I used the static after a pause in every bit of the handheld footage. This is for effect as it gives a mysterious feel and the audience doesn't know what is going to happen. Static is also used as a convention for normal horror handheld stuff.
Hi.
I've started the trailer off with Todorow's disequilibrium stage. I've done this to create a sense of dystopia, as this is usually the case with horror films. This makes the audience feel uneasy, and the narrative of the trailer starts off with something dark, so this gives the impression that the whole trailer will be apocalyptic. I added a jump scare to make the audience feel shocked. This is a close-up of the creepy girl's face, who the audience has just seen running away in the opening scene. This may tell the audience that according to Vladimir Prock's theory, the creepy girl is the antagonist/villain. The sound effects used are a build-up of suspense and the actual scream during the jump scare. This makes the audience surprised as they don't anticipate the loud jumpy sound. The makeup used on the creepy girl's face also adds to the jump scare, as she is very pale and her eyes are darkened with black makeup and there are a few veins on her face. This gives the impression that she's dead, which again makes her seem like the villain.
Made me do it.
I've added a voiceover of Sarita's voice saying he made me do it. At this moment in time, the audience doesn't actually know who Sarita's character is, as she hasn't been introduced yet. However, this tells us that there may be another villain involved, someone who is a man, and they made Sarita's character do bad things. This makes the audience anticipate who the man is and who said the words "he made me do it." This adds suspense and it gives a horror vibe as the whisper is somewhat creepy. For my production logo, I have used an image of a man's silhouette hanging from a tree. This gives connotations of death, which is quite typical of the horror genre. I have added normal non-horror music after the jump scare and the logos to settle the audience down after the jump scare. I have set the scene where the narrative is taking place by adding clips of everyday shots of the city. I have also used an intertitle to tell the audience that the film is set in Birmingham. After introducing the city, I have used an intertitle, a group of friends, and I have put clips of the group of friends together and separate clips of the friends individually. This helps introduce the friends, and they may be seen as props protagonists. The clip of the friends helps establish their personalities and friendships, and they are shown as normal teenagers. It also shows Levi Strauss's theory of binary opposites, as they are shown as good against the beginning bit of the creepy girl who is seen as evil. The music, as it is normal, helps show the audience that it is real life.
I don't ever want to hate you, so don't show me your bed. The only
I've used an intertitle that says an event that changed everything, and then moved on to a clip of Sarita reading a text on her phone. These things uses Roland Barthes symbolic and semantic codes as they give the impression that the event was bad and that something bad happened that changed their normal utopian lives to something unstereotypical.
To cul-de-sacs, the first thing that she said.
I've stopped the normal music and added a jump scare of one of the creepy girl's face. Again, as the audience still only know her as an antagonist. Again, I have added build-up sounds and a scream to make the audience feel on edge. It also symbolises the end of the group of friends' utopian lives as the music stops.
There's a church! Let's get in, guys!
I have changed the music and added a more creepy childlike sound which follows conventions of a horror trailer. I have also introduced a new setting, the church. I show clips of gravestones which is in the churchyard, which has connotations of death. There is also dialogue from Will saying, "Come on guys, it's a church, let's get in." This suggests that the friends are seeking sanctuary as they are shown running into the church. At this moment in time, the audience doesn't know what the friends are running from, which means that the Enigma code is being used as the audience is left guessing what is going to happen next and they are not told the entire truth. The church also adds a religious concept to the film, which can be linked to other horror films like The Exorcist.
Have you been here before? Got a picture
No.
of you.
Jesus Christ.
There is a pentagram on the floor. It symbolises the devil and makes the audience question why there is a pentagram in the church. It also makes the audience link the little girl at the beginning to the pentagram in the church. There are two blood-splattered images in the pentagram, one of the little girl and one of Sarita. This makes the audience suspicious that Sarita's character is involved. The loud jump shows the audience that someone else is in the church, which gives supernatural connotations.
Oh my god. I've seen that before. You don't like anything good. I just think.
What,
You know
what
what
does
it
it mean?
I don't know. But I just think we should be really careful.
The person holding the camera, which is Sarita, drops the camera. When Sarita gets up, she has a mark on her arm. This adds to Roland Barthes' semantic code as it gives clues to Sarita's possession. The jump cut to Sarita's face with a loud sound effect reinforces this. Emily's character then goes on to saying that she's seen the sign before. This sticks to conventions of horror films, as usually marked people get possessed.
Something pushed me!
There are two jump cuts, one to Emily running away from the creepy girl with a scream sound effect, and then to Will being pushed by an invisible thing. Emily is running away in a dark forest at night, which makes the audience realise that it hasn't happened yet, and the creepy girl may come back. We're introduced to a new character, a man in the gas mask. The audience will probably assume that he is a villain as he is part of the disequilibrium cuts.
Sarita, oh my god.
Why? To anyone watching this, get out of the forest now. This is the hunt, okay? They're trying to kill.
Guys, where are you? There are lots of cuts with suspenseful music. This adds to create tension, as there are lots of jump cuts showing villains and the group of friends being chased by the villains. This builds the narrative to show that after they left the church, bad things started to happen to them. The font I have used is a handwritten font, which is in white and on a black background. The font is simple, and from the audience feedback I've received, I've found that it looks creepy and fitting for a horror film, almost as if someone has written it. I show the creepy girl being killed by the man in the mask, as this shows the audience that the beginning of the trailer was significant. It also makes the audience ask questions by using Roland Barthes' Enigma code. The man in the gas mask is reintroduced and the audience are reassured that he is the villain. I've put the tagline onto the trailer after the clip of the creepy girl being killed. The tagline is "Face your fears," which suggests that the group of friends are in facing their fears. After the tagline, there is a cut to Sarita's face with blood on and a jump screen to scare the audience. It then cuts to the release date, which is October 2015, and usually horror films are released in October because of the Halloween and stuff. It also has Facebook and Twitter information to show the audience how to spread awareness for the film. Right at the end of the trailer, I've put a jump scare to leave the audience feeling on edge. This makes the audience anticipate the actual film. In my teaser trailer, I've only used loud sounds to show significant scenes. It is only 23 seconds long, so I've put it lots of different jump cuts, ranging from clips of the group running away from the villains or the villains themselves. For my theatrical poster, I've kept it consistent with my trailer as I've used the same font for the title and the image of the creepy girl. However, I did change the colour of the font to red to make it stand out more. The tagline of the film is on the poster. This, along with the title, will help build brand identity of the film, and this will also help with social media advertising, as people would tweet and write statuses about the film, again helping build the identity. I've edited the image by making it less bright and putting a green tinge on it. I've done this for effect, as the contrast has made the blood on her clothing appear more apparent, and the lights look brighter, and the graffiti on the walls stands out. The green effect and minimising the brightness has made the tunnel appear more grimy, giving the picture a more horror vibe. For the billboard poster, the title is consistent with the rest of the products. The image is large and fits the genre, as the image uses low-key lighting and features one of the main antagonists in a bloody dress. This implies the genre to the audience and will make horror fans want to watch the film. There is a transparent image of one of the villains behind the text. I did this to intrigue the audience, as it isn't very clear what it is unless they watch the actual trailer. Because of this, the trailer and the poster link together. I've called my magazine Screen, as it has film and movie connotations. I've used a bold white font for the masthead to make it recognisable. I've included cover lines of latest news from film festivals and awards. I've also added more films to get other people interested. Again, I've used the same font for the title of The Hunt to build brand identity. I've used the same image I did on my billboard poster on my DVD cover. This shows that they belong to the same film. I've used a quote from a newspaper. This makes the audience want to buy the DVD or go out and watch the film if they see good reviews from well-known presses. Again, the same font is used for the title. I've laid sound to get the desired effect needed to build jump scares.